would you just take a complete decoupling with China off the table right now? Since we know global trade has benefited the globe. We don't want zero global trade. But doesn't this indicate what's at stake here?
Well, Joe, I think this makes my point that the Chinese, they are exempting all these goods, tells me that they want a de-escalation. And what we haven't done is escalate by embargoing those goods or putting a trade ban on those goods, which we could, if we needed to gain more leverage. We haven't done it. They've actually given us a list of what comes from the U.S. that is valuable to them. And, I can tell you, I do have an escalation ladder in my back pocket, and we're very anxious not to have to use it.
Hey, what's going up, bull runners? Welcome back to the channel. It is time to buckle up because something big is happening in the crypto world, and it's got people whispering about hidden moves and secret plans. Have you noticed these strange signals lately? Ripple's CTO David Schwartz just changed his profile picture to army attire. Why would a tech genius do that? Is it a coded message? Then there's Arizona passing Bitcoin reserve bill and making it the first state to hold Bitcoin in its treasury once they sign the document. And what about gold-backed cryptos? They're spiking like crazy as global trade shakes. And speaking of global trade, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent just dropped a chilling warning to China about an escalation ladder that he is willing to climb. What's the truth behind all of this? Are we on the edge of a massive crypto shift? Well, don't worry, I've got you covered. In today's video, we're breaking down these headlines, connecting the dots, and showing you how to stay ahead of the game. The crypto market waits for no one. Leave me until the end for a bonus reveal, exclusive altcoin secrets, and our free ebook that could change your portfolio forever. Plus, we will be jumping over to X to find out all of the breaking news that's happening in the crypto world today. At the end of the video, we're also going to jump into the XRP charts and find the next support and resistance levels in the charts right now. Plus, we'll be looking at our short-term and long-term momentum waves on multiple timeframes. And we'll touch base on the Forex Factory financial calendar for this week. Nothing reporting as of today, April 28th. That's important news. All red folder news starts tomorrow, 7 a.m. And so much more for you in this video. So if you're feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. But first, let's head over to CoinMarketCap and check out the overall health of the crypto market today. We are currently trading at 2.97 trillion, getting extremely close to that $3 trillion. It almost feels like there's a magnet pushing us away from that level. As we can see in this last 30-day chart, since we pushed up into these levels, the $2.9 trillion just been trading sideways for the last couple of days. Today, we did come in with the $91.2 billion worth of total market trades. As we zoom out to take a look at this yearly chart here instead of the 30 days, the real level that we need to break to get super confirmation of a new market structure, 3.15 trillion. Now, we do technically right now have new market structure. However, it could be short-lived. Is this a trap? We're going to find out. Once we break above that 3.15 trillion, we will be able to have a lot more confidence. Fear and greed index coming in at 51 today. Yesterday was a 53, last week a 34. Altcoin season ticking up just a tad. Today we're coming in at 20 out of 100. It is still full on orange Bitcoin season. Yesterday was a 15, last week was a 16. The reason for that, obviously, Bitcoin dominance up at 63.4, up 2%. Taking a look at the Bitcoin ETF tracker, as we mentioned yesterday, we had last week the second largest inflows to the ETFs ever reported. Now, this week's reports haven't come out. That won't be coming out till later tomorrow, but we'll keep you updated on this. If we continue having really large inflows, we're bringing institutional volume into the market. It's looking really good for crypto. Top 5 cryptos by total market cap right now. Number 1 is Bitcoin at 1.8 trillion. Ethereum, number 2 at 217 billion. Tether at number 3, 147 billion. XRP at number 4, 134 billion. BNB at 85 billion, number 5, and Solana number 6 at 76 billion. Heading over to X to find out the breaking news today. As we saw in the intro, holy smokes, China may not want to cross Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. You saw that in the video. He says, I have an escalation ladder in my back pocket. Now, what is interesting here, if you are on X at all and you're scrolling through, several times a day, you're going to see a post from China that says, we are not talking to the United States. We have not spoken or even reached out to President Trump. However, on the back end, they're potentially secretly dealing with each other, not letting us know what's going on. Well, Scott Bessent is not worried. Looks like the United States has some extra ammunition they can use in this trade war besides just raising the tariffs. And speaking of China and the tariffs and what's going on, Chinese company Temu, known for its cheap prices, adds an import charge of up to 150% to counter the tariffs. Transitioning out of that political / financial news, we're also going to be heading over here to our Bull Runners X page. If you haven't followed us at Bull Runners HQ, make sure you go follow us. But this is the big headline that's going around. Got conspiracy theories running wild right now. Ripple's CTO, David Schwartz, who goes by at Joel Katz, changes his profile picture to his army attire. What's he signaling? XRP, XRP Army. If you've been in the XRP community for any time at all, you know it is XRP Army. It's been that way forever. So lots of people are speculating, what the heck does this mean? What code is it? Because as you know, Joel Katz, David Schwartz, is always posting crazy, weird, cryptic messages. In fact, if you remember, here was the crazy post that we were really speculating on when it happened, but David Schwartz posts, walking around Ripple's San Francisco office can be scary and confusing. And look at this date, January 30th. Which direction is he walking here? Where is he going? He's going down the stairs. So again, this is January 30th. Now let's go take a look at the charts. If we look at the 3-day candles here, let's go ahead and zoom in on the daily actually. And we take a look at where XRP was on January 30th, 2025, which was right here, $3.13 before it started walking down the stairs. Now, he's done this numerous times for you. If you're not following him on X, you've got to go over there and follow him because he does also signal when things are going to be going up as well. He posts weird stuff with random numbers, and then XRP randomly goes up to that price. So what was he telling us here on January 30th? That he was at the home office and then the price sold off. He was going down the stairs, legally, illegally telling us that XRP was probably going to be going down. Is that when he knew the fact that they were going to be settling and they knew they had to go ahead and push that money off to the side? Or is that when they were having discussions with Hidden Road, knowing that they were going to have to fork up a ton of cash to buy this major company? Now, the reason I bring that up is personally, I feel that oftentimes when they're unlock from escrow happens. Now, there's people fighting me against this all the time. Oh, when XRP unlocks their escrow, they immediately lock it back up. Yes, they do lock a lot of it back up. Do they lock all of it up? Do they have a strategic way of the price that these were unlocked at allows us to sell these other tokens we've been having sitting in our vault? There's a bunch of different things. But January 30th is also the day before or 2 days before the next month starts. So this is about when the actual unlock does happen. Then sell-offs happen on the first of every single month anyway. But this is a strange post in my personal opinion. So you've got to follow, if you're an XRP fan, you've got to follow David because he's always posting interesting cryptic things. And at this point, a lot of us in the XRP army knew something was going down. He was going down the stairs. So that usually translates to XRP potentially going down. And it did go down. It went down from $3.13 all the way down to $1.70 with the wick down to $1.60. Now, here's an interesting post for you right here. In Trump's America, a 22-ounce soda is $4.29. Like, this looks like a Five Guys restaurant menu or something, but why would he tell you $4.29? That is tomorrow, April 29th. Is something big about to go down for XRP tomorrow? These are the awesome cryptic messages that he leaves. Some of them come true, some of them don't, or some of them are maybe in the future. But take a look at this. Like I just said, 429, that is tomorrow. What's going to be happening? Pay very close attention. Something may or may not happen. We'll have to decipher that later. So on top of that, we also have the Real Remy Relief posting out here. Soldiers, all hands on deck. Things might be getting ready to go crazy. SEC case signed, sealed, delivered. Just found this David Schwartz page that not many people peeped out. He just changed his banner page as well. It says here, Ripple, when a scrappy financial startup takes on a web of corruption and betrayal to bring instant payments to the masses, They learned that the cost of disrupting the status quo is higher than they could have ever imagined, forcing them to decide between their vision and their survival. So let me know what you think down below. 429 is tomorrow. Something major could be coming. Could this finally be the end of the actual lawsuit? Hey, bull runners, are you feeling FOMO about this bull run without the right financial support? We're here to change that. We're not just about funding, we're about growing your business together. Whether you're investing in crypto, kicking off a new startup, managing your existing business, or looking to expand, we have personalized funding that meets your exact needs. Imagine starting your business or getting capital to invest $100,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest. That's not a dream, it's what we do. We've helped countless entrepreneurs like you with 0% interest funding without needing personal funds, income verification, or collateral. With just a 680 credit score, you qualify. We understand that your business can't wait, so take advantage of our quick funding approach. We look beyond the credit score with inclusive approval process that sees the big picture of your business or investment potential. Our flexible repayments are tailored to match your business cycles, ensuring you can manage repayments without strain. With access to our extensive lending network of over 5,000 options, we're committed to finding the perfect match for your business or investing needs. Plus, you'll have our dedicated team by your side, guiding you through every step of the funding journey. Whether it's buying crypto, hiring new employees, or launching a new product, we're committed to your success. Click the link to connect with our expert advisors and secure your business's future now. Also, huge in the news right now, breaking: Arizona Bitcoin Reserve Bill passes its final vote and is heading to the governor. So it has officially passed. The state is one signature away from buying Bitcoin. History rocket ship. Also, big news from Sui. This is actually blowing me away right here. No internet, no problem. Costas, our resident mad scientist, has cooked up a way to condense Sui transaction into a simple text message, meaning you can send crypto even with just a shaky telecom signal. And that's just one of the spicy experiments he's unveiling. He's got 6 or 7 more buzzy projects dropping at Sui Basecamp. Catch his live demo and stay tuned for the full breakdown after the event. All right, so here is the video. It's going to be quick. This is him making a transaction on his phone. You open the Sui app. Click on send. Select the amount, enter the recipient address. And as you can see up here, it already says send coins via SMS. Sui transfer requested. Boom. All right, now speaking of conspiracies, continuing just to go through as I see what I see in the day, there is an interesting post by Mr. Poole here from February 10th, 2022, and it's a roller coaster ride, and it's dated 2025 here. It's got this crazy loop-de-loop. Well, if we take a look at the current price action, we've got this here. Is this the small loop, or is this the small loop? And we're about to get the big one. This could be the small loop right here, and then swoop, loop number 1, and then the big giant one for 2025. Also, keep in mind, very important for Bitcoin to pump, a couple of things have to come into play, right? Lots of volume, but also, whale alert, $1 billion of USDT has minted, and that always precedes a big pump in Bitcoin. Also, AIXBT posted out Coinbase Bitcoin Yield Fund launching next week, offering 4 to 8% returns. That's right. So Bitcoin OTC desks at all-time lows, plus $3.4 billion in inflows last week, which we just went over with the ETF inflows. MicroStrategy bought another 15,000 coins at $92,000. Everybody wants yield, but nobody got coins to give. Supply shock gonna hit different than you think. So this major right here, Coinbase is launching a Bitcoin yield fund. Investors can earn passive income on their Bitcoin. Mega bullish. And this was actually pretty awesome. More conspiracy stuff out there. I love it. This crypto is so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, if you're not subscribed here, we bring you this information every single day. If you're like most people, you don't have the opportunity to jump into the news all day for hours a day like we do for you, make sure you subscribe today. We bring that to you. Satoshi Nakamoto was an AI from the future. Now, this is from CZ from Binance. I was just tasked who I think Satoshi would be in a live and still ongoing at the time he posted this interview from Turkey. I tweet during meetings all the time. And just so you know, this is not the parody account. This is the real CZ, 10 million followers here. And then Whale Insider posted right about it as well. Just in, Binance founder CZ believes Satoshi Nakamoto was an AI from the future. More positive news for XRP. XRP executive chairman Chris Larson is to meet with the SEC chairman Paul Atkins this Friday to talk about the potential of blockchain technology. Okay, jumping over to Forex Factory. What's going on in the financial news this upcoming week? What's the numbers that are very important? Number one is the JOLTS job report, which will be coming out tomorrow at 7 a.m. Then we're going to have the non-farm payroll employment change, our advanced GDP numbers, employment cost index, and core price index, PCE. That's all on Wednesday. Going to be a huge day on Wednesday. Lots of volatility causing news coming out. On Thursday, unemployment claims and ISM manufacturing PMI. Then on Friday, to wrap up the week of craziness, average hourly earnings, month over month, non-farm payroll employment change. And right here is the big one. This one always is very important for the Bitcoin price, unemployment rate. Right now, it's expected to be 4.2. If it comes in lower than that, that'll be good news. If it comes in higher than that, then the market could do really poorly over the weekend. And if we go back a couple of weeks, even though the news continues to tell you the world is coming to the end, our economy is crashing down to zero. Well, actually, 2 weeks ago, we beat everything on really good scores for retail sales month over month. Fed Chair Powell, he's the one that ruined it that week because he came out and said we're not reducing rates. Unemployment rates were really, really good. Instead of 225, it was only 215. Followed by the next week, which were two PMI reports, which were back and forth there. Unemployment claims last week were break even, expected 222, and we got 222. And this week, though, it is tons and tons of red folder news. So very important this week. Lots of volatility potentially coming. Subscribe, and we'll continue to bring you this information. So huge news out of Arizona. The state's Bitcoin Reserve Bill, SB 1025, just passed in a final vote and is headed to the governor's desk. If signed, Arizona will be the first state to hold up to 10% of its public funds in Bitcoin. But why is this a big deal? Well, it's a massive step towards mainstream adoption. If one state starts treating Bitcoin like gold or oil reserves, others might follow along, creating, of course, the domino effect. Posts are buzzing over on X.com, of course, calling this an arms race for state-level crypto adoption. For investors, this could drive Bitcoin's value higher as governments become buyers. But if the governor vetoes it, it may be seeing the market dip from that. But either way, this is a historic moment for Bitcoin. And on top of that, gold-backed cryptocurrencies are on fire right now. Tokens like Pax Gold and Tether Gold are spiking as global trade gets shaky. With Trump's tariffs hitting countries like China, Canada, Mexico, investors are obviously nervous about the economic fallout potentially. Gold has always been a safe bet during uncertainty, and these crypto versions let you hold digital gold on the blockchain. And the reason that this is important is because unlike Bitcoin or XRP or any other token out there, gold-backed tokens are tied to real assets. So they're less volatile, but still benefit from crypto speed. If trade tensions keep rising, these coins could keep climbing. It's a smart hedge for anyone who's worried about market swings. And as you can see right here, gold price in USD over 1 month, it has been spiking up to the upside. And taking a look at XRP in the charts, what we've been talking about for the last week and a half now is getting back above this $2.24 level. Now, if we look and we zoom in, yesterday's candle did officially close above that level, and we got a confirmation candle today. So continuation there. If we jump to the 4-hour charts, we can see we broke out to the upside, came back, retested the level, broke out again, tested very closely, but we're still riding above the 10 exponential moving average as far as the actual bodies on the candles go. As you can see, our short-term, long-term momentum waves, if we take a look down here at the Wolfpack long-term momentum wave, once the 4-hour peaked above the zero line, we've had continuous moves to the upside. Small pullbacks, but we've been looking bullish, which is nice, especially when we get down to the zero levels. As you can see right here, we got a little W action, but when this move happened, price action and our shaft trend cycle moving to the upside, showing bullish. Now that's on the 4 hours. We look at the daily here. we can see we have broken above the zero line for XRP. This is huge news. We haven't been green above the zero line on the Wolfpack indicator since we broke above it November 9th and then finally fell below it on February 4th. Ever since then, we've been riding bearish on the Wolfpack indicator, breaking above it now. Very positive news for us. Now, after this break right here, let's take a look and zoom in on some price action. What happened for us? So right here was the actual official break above the line, or maybe the day before, the red candle or the green candle. So nothing major as far as volume coming in. And then finally, two decent moves to the upside before a really nice move. I mean, this one went from 60 cents to 70 cents. Now, it's crazy to think, right? 10-cent move was a huge move for XRP. But if you remember, for the longest time ever, it was trading between 50, 55, and 60 cents. Like if you got a move from 50 cents to 60 cents, it was the greatest thing ever. Like I remember this day right here, August 7th. It was a 30% candle in that one day, and everyone was losing their mind. Oh my God, we're going for it. The bull run is here. We were actually super close, in fact, to getting the actual rip to the upside. But obviously, as we know, Trump started getting closer to being elected. The markets moved into the election, and then we had the sell-off. Then we traded sideways for a couple of days. Then Joel Katz lets us know, hey, the market's about to dump, right? With going down the stairs at the Ripple headquarters. And sure enough, the whole market starts dumping. In fact, if we take a look, that was January 30th. He posted that. Let's look at Bitcoin's January 30th. So Bitcoin's January 30th comes in at $105,000, and we crash from there as well. So looking good. This is very positive news for the long-term momentum. We have also broken above the 225. Our next resistance in reality is $2.51. Now, this is on our weekly spider line chart. I did also check a look over at the 3-day spider line chart. It's a lot choppier. So as we can see here, we've also broken above the 3-day spider line chart, 225. This was a resistance for so many times. We've broken through. Then we get up here to 241 will be a resistance for us. Then we have that 260 resistance for us. Now, what's also interesting over here on the 3-day spider line, I do also have this chart pulled up here, which is the Fu Manchu. And you can see, if you take a look at the money flow indicator here, the red, how it's starting to round off and cut to the upside, that is also very bullish. As you can see, when it happened with the green, money started flowing in, the green money flow, it starts to taper off. And during that taper off, we get one final extreme push to the upside, and then money starts flowing out of the market. Now we're starting to wrap back to the upside. We have not officially transitioned into green money flow on this indicator. We have on our Wolfpack indicator, but there are some good signs lining up that we may be starting to finally make a move to the upside. Now, when we look at the weekly chart, we even have a weekly green dot as of last week's candle, which finally officially closed. We've also got the VWAP has crossed over on that same candle. But both of my shaft trend cycles are still laying flat. We need to see these turn to the upside as well. If this candle, this week's candle has 6 days, 1 hour left. If this candle does close green to the upside, I do believe our pink line will start to rise to the upside. If we take a look on our 3 days, the pink has already started rising. Purple's still laying low. This is more of, so pink is my short-term momentum wave indicator. This shaft trend cycle purple, I've been testing it recently. This is my middle weight, right? So this is the middle time frame. And it's been successful back testing. As you can see, when it was riding down here, nothing. But as it started coming up and riding all the way across, this was very smooth this whole run. And then it finally broke down the week of January 30th. And it started coming down. Also, our middle term did break down as well. Now, on our 3-day cycle here, money flow is starting to come to the downside. But right now, we can start to see it's starting to tick up. Like if you zoom in on this, money flow, instead of coming all the way down, it has started to make its rise back to the upside. So personally, it's looking really good in my personal opinion. Now, what happens though if we do have some sort of break back down to the downside? Well, first and foremost, we got 224, 225 will act as a support. If we lose that, it will be coming back into an area around 205. And then we have a really, really strong support at $1.90. So we can hold support here at $1.90. If for some reason we lose that, and then all of a sudden this was just a fake out. Well, if we look here, we've had a test and then it goes back up, a new higher low, a new lower low, a new lower high, and then it could be coming back down to here as well. And that's getting us in that $1.50 range. That also lines up well with our way to the upside where price took a break in that same level. Now that's if we get the downside drop. A lot of things are lining up, however, looking good to the upside. And as you know, if you've been watching long enough, I am optimistic.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.